Welcome everyone, this is Weebs from Grow Up and Game, and we are about to build a bigger factory. You are watching the Satisfactory Early Access, and where we last left off, I had gone on a bit of a walkabout through the wilderness and, met the local wildlife. I liked it. It didn't like me very much, but we were able to, obtain some resources, wink wink, through... I just politely asked the dogs for their carapaces and then killed them and took them. But we got them, we got what we needed from a research standpoint, and now we need a bunch of iron because we have the ability to build a new structure called the assembler, which we touched on last time, but it requires all types of advanced stuff. Well, not really advanced. We need to basically chain these basic factories into it and create a myriad of parts, all composed of iron. And we need more iron than our grid can really handle at the moment. So, fortunately, right next to our first iron deposit here, we have yet another iron deposit. So we're going to take that. And if you look over here, you probably notice that we have a second tier to our factory now. So I'm going to go ahead and basically mimic what we have underneath here as far as basic production goes. And then we're going to see if we can pipe that to another room and create some advanced parts out of it. So let's see how long this takes us. First step is to get that miner Mark 1. I'm going to face it right towards the factory. That looks good. And then we need to get our smelters up. And I want to try my best... See, what is it? Orange is in, green is out. I want to try my best to line this up here. So we're going to do that. How's that look? Let's get the first one done, and then we can worry about the rest afterwards. Oop, oop. I'm still very bad at ladders. Oh, God. Ow. Okay, very, very bad at ladders. But that actually looks pretty good. It's right on that first corner there. And I actually went ahead and built a walkway to bring me up here. That's... Dang, that's pretty good. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. And we need to get this... There's not too much of a gap here. So we're gonna mirror that. If it was a mistake before, we're gonna repeat that mistake. That's fine. That looks about right? What about this? Yeah, it looks almost too big. We'll do one more. Just do the eyeball test here. That looks pretty good. It really is just one gap, isn't it? We'll do that 2 more times. If we go over here, like that, and like that. So we need to go, and we need the belt to go open over here, and actually, I want to do the splitting up here. So I'm going to go ahead and build some more flooring. And building flooring was easy. You build the wall up, and then once the wall's up, you set a foundation up on top of it. You take the skinny foundation, or at least I did the skinny foundation. It looks nicer, I think. And you do that, and you click the wrong spot, and you build the foundation below where you want to, just like clockwork. So let's do that again. And boom, boom, boom. Pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and set up my splitter. So we did this in a 3-tiered system last time. I see no reason not to follow kind of that same process here. Other than we've got this guy in the way. Let's see if we can get lucky. That's the end. Can I just build this on myself? Wow. That's hardcore. How long of a walkway can I make here? Give me that. Got that. What's the issue? Encroaching, others clearance. That's okay. Can I... So this is where building one of those poles might come in handy. You know what, rather than kind of lament over this, let's just move our splitter. And we'll just move it here. I think that'll do a good job. So if we move it here, and then we build another one here, and then we build another one here, I think we're in business. Oh. You're thinking it, I'm thinking it. Let's have this line up. This goes here. This goes here. It's alright. Yeah, there's probably a better spacing to make it look cleaner, but we'll do that. Nah. You know what? Bask in its imperfection. I am but human. Do that, and probably should have checked this before I did this, but it worked. Zoom. Alright. We should be in business from a smelting standpoint. As we get underneath here, I get less and less concerned about it exactly matching. But it really is just about... So any of these straight? Do I have a guiding light to go off of? No. No, not really. Okay, but... At the end of the day, we want what? 4 constructors? I have 5 constructors? I guess it probably... This is probably... So we'll have the bottom floor be basic materials. And top floor, we can start to focus on advanced materials. So this would be a good time to just have a assembler here just available for us to kind of take a look at. And it needs... Reinforced iron plates needs screws and plates, screws and poles, and then plates and pipes. So we can actually do this one right away. So I think the bottom will be modular frames. So we need... And then what do we need to make screws? If I remember correctly, is it pipes? Is it copper? Am I completely off base? Let's go to the crafting bench. Screws require pipes. So this is a fully iron-based production that we're putting together here. So let's do some math in our head real quick. We need plate, pipe, plate and pipe, and then 2 screws. I don't know how fast screws can be created, but I'm willing to bet that 4 plates, 3 pipes. This one will be pretty... I think we'll be able to feed all these on 1 screw. So let's look at... Let's say... So assuming that we can build 4 of these for now. All with the equal load. Well, actually, really, if we compare what we have over here, we've got 3 of these running. And then 4 constructors running. So assuming we can do 4 constructors... Yeah, because we go here, or we have 3. We have 3 smelters feeding 4 constructors with 1 at half strength. Plates, rods, and probably double plate, right? Because if we do a little math here, and I apologize, I should have looked this up in advance, but I think we're about set. And this is the type of thinking you kind of have to do in this game. I'm probably doing this horribly wrong. Someone far smarter than me has already, put this all into a spreadsheet. But I see 7 plates, 9 rods. You pump out you know, plates about half speed compared to rods. So that is essentially 14 units of metal against 9 units of metal. So you're pretty close to 2 to 1. So we could actually probably balance this out by having a plate, a rod, another plate, and a screw. And we're going to just hope that this can create enough screws to feed the beast. If not, this whole thing's going to be out of whack, and we'll fix it afterwards, but we've got a plan. Let's stick to it. So this guy over here is doing nothing. And I'm going to delete the belt to reiterate that. Because until we have some way to speed up the belts, which I hope... I mean, there has to be another belt, right? Like, we can't just be working off of... I refuse to believe... What's the issue? Can't afford. Oh, need those fancy plates. I truly refuse to believe that there's not a way to speed up the belts. That seems like such a universal kind of constraint on all of this. So I can build some of these. I need screws. I mean, Judgment Manifesto supposedly can create, what, 6 of these at a time? So I'm guessing that, or at least I'm hoping that, being a little lighter on the screw production will be okay. I know some of you have probably already watched this, well, not this, but, you know, played the game and are yelling at me, but this is how I'm going to do it for now. I'm going to make sure I have some screws on hand as well. Because it makes sense. Screws are kind of important in real construction, so it makes sense that they'd be, you know, important in this game as well. If we go over here, and we get these constructors up. Doesn't gotta be pretty, just has to be functional. Can I just walk through this? Nope, that has size. That takes up space. Let's get that constructor up here. 9. I want to get over this way as far as I can without encroaching, which is apparently a decent bit. So we're gonna do... Oh. Not gonna fight it. I don't understand this floor is too steep error I'm getting. Not gonna lie. I'm guessing that is not intentional. Oh, I'm also guessing I'm out of alignment. How far over can I get lined up? We're gonna just roll with this spacing. I hope it's correct. I hope I don't walk off a cliff. Alright. 3 smelters, 1 constructor for that guy eventually. 1, 2, 3. Oop, that's a wall over there. Yeah, I can do this without hurting myself. I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're not far enough over, and the main culprit is the hub there seems to be pushing us over a little bit. Let's see if we can squeeze a little bit more in here. Get a little bit tighter. Just a little baby spacing in between all of them. Come on. Alright, we'll lay some more foundation here. There we go. So, let's start connecting them. splitter here. Oh. That'll probably do just fine. Alright. So we got our constructors. So we'll do rod, plate, screw, plate. So now we need another constructor for screws. Let's keep this kind of lined up here. So another constructor to get those screws up. Rod. Screw. Plate. And we'll do rod and plate. So from here, we'll get some assemblers up. It looks like I need rotors. So I do have 2 assemblers built downstairs. We're gonna go ahead, and we need a 3rd assembler. So we're gonna go make those rotors, and we're gonna pull these guys upstairs as well. And there. And we need a few more rotors, it looks like. Good, we can build some. We need screws for everything. It is amazing. Like they get built fast enough, but we're gonna find out pretty quick. And the good news is, with this setup, it's just gonna take a few flips of the switches to, you know, get everything balanced correctly. It's all one product. This isn't the hardest thing in the world to put together. So we're gonna make this work. And the math changes all once up, you know, changes back again if we can find a way to speed up those belts. And we can really take advantage of those pier ores, those pier nodes. So let's get the assembler. I'm gonna drop that instead of the lookout tower onto the hotbar. It's another thing I'm trying to get better about. So this thing's gonna need a couple different resources. So we're gonna give it some space here. There we go. Oops. There we go. And this will need a merger in front of it to stick out. Oh, actually it doesn't. It just is a good old-fashioned, you just pipe it in. So what are we gonna make here? We can make something with screws and plates, right? So this is our screws. So we can do screws and plates over here. Oh yeah, that'll work. This will work. So we're gonna disassemble it real quick. We're gonna rotate it. And the right one will line up to that. How are we on that? Oh, that's beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and pipe that there. Pipe that there. Oh, but we are gonna need a splitter. So we're gonna go ahead, build that splitter. That looks good. Because we want to split those screws back out. And we're going to get another one of these set up. Not the constructor, but the assembler. What are we looking at? Right? Left. That's good. And we're going to go take this belt, put it all the way over there. And this will feed into here. So what are we constructing inside? This one is screws and plates. This one is going to be screws and rods. And this last one will be plates and rods. So we've got this constructing plates, it appears. We did this wrong. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh no, we are doing this right. This is rods. Then this will be plates. And this actually will need to be split. We'll do that. That. Then get that last assembler up. Having a little trouble with the mouse wheel here. We'll take care of it. How big is the spacing here? If I could, I'd like to keep this consistent. Yeah, it's pretty small. Okay. Makes sense. These are pretty wide structures to begin with, so they don't need to be that far apart to let the chains work here. Do that. And that. And we have a completed chain that we will feed downstairs. Let's do this. Well, first, let's have this. Yep, this will be modular frames, which requires an even amount. This is interesting. Yeah, so there's going to be some inefficiencies here. And we'll figure out a way to adjust that later, but let's just get the basics up for now. We're going to go ahead and build ourselves a little storage container down here. Right there. Looks beautiful. We're going to drop a splitter or a merger in front of it. And we're going to spit out everything over here. Is that going to be far enough down? Too steep. How far out can it go? So it's got to be over here. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and build some more foundation. Build, build, build. Yep, this is happening. I appreciate that they do make it very easy to just build over the terrain. Oh yeah. That's the stuff right there. I don't even... Okay. Can't afford. Need concrete. I'm gonna run over and grab some concrete real fast. Look at that. Oof. Lots of concrete. And this is shut off. I'm guessing we ran out of gas. That's okay. We can just turn it back on later. Let's finish off what we set off to do. And, yep, that's going to encroach. This will do for now. See if we can't get a little ramp here. Come on. Be nice. It's a little fidgety, but we got it. Now we're going to try building that storage. Go through all this work to build the foundation. I was about to just build it on grass. Alright, this will do. And there. And get that splitter. Sorry, merger. Line it up here. I'm gonna bring it a little closer too. Give it a chance to have a shallow entry. Build the belt all the way down there. all the way over here. And cross your fingers, it works. So the last thing we need to do is just power it up. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, this thing will keep running. We're going to need a bunch of new generators. I'm thinking 3 minimum. And we'll build 3, and we'll see how that treats us as far as, you know, our initial power grid goes. It might be overdoing it a bit, but I would rather, you know, kind of cut it close than, or rather not cut it close. I would rather it just work, and then we can worry about the other stuff later. So let's get lots of biomass here, rather biofuel. And where are we going to set these up? Most importantly, can we make these without needing to run downstairs and build anything? So biomass burner, yeah, plenty. Power pole, plenty. All right, we're in good shape. So ideally, we'll leverage some space off to the side here. This looks like this might work. You know what? I like it here. Boom. Boom. Yep, a little tiny gap. That'll work. Boom. And then they'll go to here. Here. And then we will spread these out. Do 3 on each side. Hopefully this will be enough to kind of manage all of this. Well, once these are all hooked up, we're going to find out pretty quickly. I'm going to put the fuel in here. Is it running? It's not. Well, it's running. It's just not. There's no power requirement. Apparently, we don't need to have a base load. So this thing, 60 megawatt capacity. Let's get some power lines set up. Let's get some very long power lines set up. Wire's too long. Okay. I was wondering when that was going to happen. There we go. So that should be producing at this point. We're going to set up you. And you. And we're going to go over here and set up you. Resources should start making their trip pretty soon. Oh, no, they're not going to start doing anything. So I got to turn it on. That's okay. Actually, you know what? Let's live a little. Let's turn it on. Now they should start making the trip. Waiting for him to come over. Sorry, had to step away for a second. And let's get the rest of these hooked up. So 3 out of 4. Constructor. Let's get a little crowded in here. That's good. We can probably avoid this last one over here, right? And do that. And build this. So when we hear a loud thunk, that means we're exceeding the grid's capacity. Let's see, how's this doing? It's consuming 6, so the other factories haven't engaged yet. Let's get this last one over here. And that should do it. Let's take a look at them. Oh, or do we not have the smelters configured yet? Yep. You'll be iron. There we go. Happy little smelters. Iron. Iron. Very singular purposed. So that's another little defect in my configuration here is we're getting a half and then a half. So if anything, reconfiguring the splitters later is going to be a big deal. But my main concern here is I want to monitor the grid. And I want to see how well, see if it holds. I just want to see this thing go end to end. Tweaking can happen later. The grid's starting to pick up a little bit. We're going up to 30 as these late chains start to pick up. So screws are coming out at a good clip, even with the split and the split. I don't know if we're going to do much better than this. So I'm not going to really press it. These plates are coming out at a depressing rate. So I think there is some optimization that can take place. These plates are coming out at a little bit too nice of a clip. Yeah, we need more. Oh, and we broke. Looks like the grid needs a little more juice. Well, we'll give it the juice. And we'll have to do this. Power pole. So what we can do is just build one more. So now the backlog should be kind of catching up a little bit, so we should be able to find out pretty quickly if this is going to work or not. And I think I got some biomass on me, don't I? I do. That's for the usually reserved for the chainsaw, but I'll make a special exception for you. Pop that there. And we'll pop this nowhere. Actually, we can just put it here, can't we? We'll fix it later. We'll clean it all up later. Let's throw the switch. Broke right away. Oh, no, it didn't. It just sounded like it was going to. So it peeped up a little bit there. But actually, if we're lucky, this might be enough in the long run to add those extra few smelters in. So I think we're in a good spot. And last but not least is it's making the long trip down there. So that full chain's working end to end. This chain, I think, wants to work, but it doesn't have... No, it does. It just needs reinforced iron plate. So I have some more work to do here. And that's okay. But we've got the basics down here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up after the fact. But this is our first multi-tiered factory that's spitting out advanced resources. Pretty cool. So that'll do it for now. Please like, subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, leave a comment below, politely telling me what you think I could do to improve it. And really, I've been having a blast. I hope you're having as much fun as I am playing the game. So, until next time, have a good rest of your day, week, month, year, and life. This is Weems, signing off.